Well, hey everybody, this video was prompted by one of you guys, a user in a recent video, relationship advice from Serge. Go for the younger girl versus the old maid. Mike Boyachek commented, Slavic accent, similar faith background, similar job. Dang, this is up my alley. Thanks for mentioning that, bro. Definitely a lot to learn from you, man. If you're reading this, I'm really sorry for what happened. It gave me chills. What happened to you? I could not imagine seeing this in our communities. Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, it happens more than you think, and somehow I've been able to help a few guys out so far, and Basketball Princess is a great testimony of like me moving on from all this disaster stuff. So what I wanted to talk about specifically in this video is the nice guys. If you're a nice guy, this is for you. This is for the nice guy that was me, that I was taught in our faith, and maybe your faith, a lot of faiths teach you to do godly things, but guess what? We live in not a zoo, but a wild jungle, Sahara forest where blood-sucking, thirsty mosquitoes and spiders and dragons, like just all this violent animals live. You know what I'm saying? And thrive. And they don't kill just to eat, but for sport too. That's the nature of human just of human nature. So to be good is not always nice. Nice and good are not the same thing. Write that down in your notes, boys. Okay? A lot of times you'd approach a girl, for example, and you think in your mind, you're like, how should I seduce her? How should I be nice to her? How should I make her like me? What kind of things will she like? Will she like it if I do this? Will she like it if I buy her coffee? Will she like it if I buy her a small coffee, a big one? Will she like it if I open a door for her? Or will she like it if I give her a compliment? Will she like it if, you know, all this stuff. We're taught to like be these nice guys. And, you know, not everyone needs to hear this, but probably the nice guy needs to hear this. But F her. Yes, I mean the same F word that you're thinking. You know, F her, F everybody. What do you want? How do you want to be seduced? How do you want people to make coffee for you? How do you want your doors to be open? How do you want people to talk to you, to introduce themselves to you? F her. You know, I'll even go down, I'll even say it as dramatic as, what's your fantasy of being seduced? Would you like her to pray to you? Oh my goodness. Did Serge actually say that? Would I don't know, like some girls have weird fantasies. Guys have weird fantasies. I'm not saying that's my fantasy for Basketball Princess. I just heard that on the internet. Okay. So I'm passing along to you. You know, there's some guys out there having girls in a happy, healthy relationship with them, and their fantasy is that she will pray to him. Sounds messed up, right? I'm not saying that's wrong or that that's correct, but it's working out for them. if you want to hear more about that, this where it's going to cost you some money. If you want to hear the guy that actually said that and him talk more in detail about that, I put that link in the video package on the website, sergethecarhauler.com. Click on shop and click on the picture of Basketball Princess and it's called How to Attract the Girl You Want. There's a stack of videos that I watched, a stack of videos from channels that I watched over the 7-year period while I was just this lone wolf driving the red Volvo, the black Volvo, the white International, every kind of, every kind of freight shaker that's out there, or even an Argosy Freightliner, So just listen to this stuff, listen to it, and it kind of reshaped the guy in me. It reshaped the man in me. It reshaped the nice guy in me. So, pretty weird thing to say, right? But some of us, we don't even have an expectation of ourselves. We're trying to do an expectation that's been kind of put on us, and then you end up waking up a nice guy and your life's messed up because you were nice to everybody but you. You compromised on your core values, or you don't even have any values. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was a moment a girl was on a date with a guy, and they had their first kiss, right? They had their first kiss. He said, wait a minute, I got a rule. And when he explained the rule to her, and he said, if you screw up, if you want a serious relationship, if you ever do this, if you ever screw this up, I'm out. I'll be out. You'll never see me again. And she reacted to him, hey, that's pretty messed up. Why would you say that? Why would you lay that rule on me? And she gave him a little speech saying, why do you tell me all this? And you know what happened? They kissed more later that evening, and maybe did something else too. How do I know? Well, we had a lot of chat with a lot of truckers on these late nights in the pre-ELD days, and got to hear some stories to keep a guy awake, to keep yourself awake. So it's like in that example, that was not a nice thing to say, whatever he said, right? But that was his rule. And she compromised, she followed it. So, yeah. What do you want? Yeah, and I feel like saying, you ever have someone not say thank you to you for something? You ever ask someone, you say please, you say please and thank you? How about being a little bit of an a-hole? You know what I'm saying? How about when you give a compliment to someone, you also give them a little bit of well, I expected you to do that instead, or do this also, or you give a compliment and then you give them a little challenge. You'd say, we'd be even better friends if this, and you just say something, we'd be even better friends if you said hi to me a little bit sooner, or if you said, in a joking way, I'm saying, right? But kind of, I don't know, I kind of lost my train of thought. Basically, big swinging dicks, they what? What do they do? I feel weird saying this, but They, if you're a dick, if you're a jerk, if you're good for you, and don't stoop down to a level that's not on your agenda, on your goal, just to be nice. How should I explain this? Man. Okay. I hauled Nick Economou, right? If you already know the guy, don't judge him from what I said. But you probably don't know the guy. Ex-football player, Miami Dolphins. I hauled like 35 cars for him, or about that many. And they're all Ferraris, Porsches, Maseratis. He doesn't like Lamborghinis, so no Lamborghinis for him. Porsches, Maseratis, Ferraris. He's Pininfarina type of guy. So this guy, I don't know, I should probably tell that story another time. This has gone way too long. But that guy, the way he walked, the way he talked, I ended up seeing him go do a few of his deals. And it was just the guy got what he wanted. The guy knew what he wanted, and he would go for it, and he gets it. And he had expectations, and people would meet up to those expectations. And when I seen this guy, and I was like, I ended up giving him some stock in our company, TCH, the car hauling company. I was like, Nick, I learned something from you. Here's some stock. I guess that's it for now. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the comments. Good night.